Hey everyone, Michael Coovadia here, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to learn and also point out why you've been going wrong when you try to learn something new and why you haven't made any progress in your business or your life pertaining to the knowledge that you have, which seems so strong, right? Which seems so legit, yet you don't seem to have any progress at all. So let's start at the very beginning of the learning curve. I mean, it's not your fault, right? We all go to school, and the one thing that we learn, and we learn very good, is how to sit behind a desk, take a pen with a piece of paper and make notes down. We listen to a teacher, we take what the teacher has said, we write it down, and that's our interpretation of learning, right? And then to make things even worse, how do we get tested on our knowledge, whether we understand something or not? We use the same pen and paper, go ahead and write an exam based off of the memory that we have, not necessarily the understanding of the subject or the intricate detail of how it might work or form into your daily life, but more on memory. How do we memorize something? How well are we doing at memorizing what we have been taught, should we say? And that's how the learning process starts at a very early age. And then it just transcends on an upward trajectory into your high school years and your college and even your work, right? Nowhere has learning been made any different. From the very beginning of time right up until this point in time, that's how each and every single one of us learn. Now let me tell you what the biggest problem with that is, right? By going ahead and doing that, the only thing that you're actually learning how to do is make your memory even better. So you're memorizing things that you've seen, or you're memorizing things that somebody else has told you or even potentially taught you, right? So you're very good, for example, at watching this YouTube video, and it might make sense to you, and then you have this spur in your head that, hey, this is making sense, but then at the end of that, you don't actually go ahead and implement that. Right? And that's where you go wrong, because learning without implementation is not learning at all. We don't learn by writing things down, by watching YouTube videos, by listening to lectures. We actually learn by going ahead and implementing. Let me take that a step further. When an athlete goes ahead and learns, let's take basketball for example, right? The late Kobe Bryant, when he actually learned how to be the best basketball player in the entire world, he didn't go ahead and sit behind footage the entire day. Sure, he did that, but it wasn't the only thing he did. He didn't just take, knowledge from his coach, write it down, and then say, okay, this is going to make me the best basketball player. No, he actually studied the game, and he went ahead and implemented every single thing, perfecting his game day by day, workout by workout, strategic moves along the way in order to become successful. He implemented what he had been taught, and that's why he became the very best player in the NBA, at least in my opinion. Let me give you another example closer to home. Take driving, for example. When you just start off learning how to drive, do you go ahead and watch YouTube videos, or do you go ahead and start writing notes on how to drive? Probably you might watch the YouTube video that shows you what accelerator is, what the clutch is, what the brakes might be, right? If you're driving stick or if you're driving an automatic car, then all you need to do is put it in drive and just start driving. But essentially, at the end of the day, you're actually doing the action. You're implementing driving, learning how to drive. That's the only way you learn how to stay on your lane in the road. That's the only way you learn how fast the car is. That's the only way you actually learn how to control the car, when to use the flicker, how to go, what speeds to go at, how to maneuver yourself in a safe manner on the road. You learn by doing. So here's the biggest problem. You want to grow your business. You want to make a change in your life. You hire a coach. You read a book. You watch a YouTube video. It gives you an abundance of information, yet you still stay stuck in the very same place that you were 2 or 3 months ago, or even yesterday, because of what specific purpose? You failed to implement exactly what it is that you learned. Most people go out and Google, how do I get rich, or how to make $1 million, or how to do X, Y, or Z, right? But then they sit there, they sit on Google, they watch the YouTube video, and they never actually go ahead and implement anything at all. How exactly are you expecting to understand a subject? How exactly are you expecting to get experience in it? And how exactly are you expecting to become a master of something unless you actually go out into the field that you want to perfect? You go ahead and you try things, you implement. It doesn't matter whether it's right or it's wrong. You'll get the feedback from the market. You'll get the feedback by doing something, whether it's working or it's not. And that's exactly how you learn in order to become the best, right? It's true with every single thing in life, but the learning element, we've been taught wrong from a very young age, as I have said. So Today, here's my very open and honest question to you. What is it that you want to learn? Be it your business, be it your life, and why haven't you actually gone ahead and implemented it and become a success at this moment in time? Sure, nobody said learning takes, a quick 1 or 2 days. Nobody said it happens overnight. Achieving mastery, it's been said, takes 10,000 hours of beating on your craft day in and day out until you become an absolute master, until you turn knowledge into wisdom. But in order to be able to do that, you must implement. We learn by doing. This is something that I want you to get into your head. Formulate this idea of learning by doing. You want to learn something, go out and do it. Don't read from a book, don't write on a pen and a piece of paper. Go out, do it. When you get the results, then you note that down. That's the best, most accurate way of learning. Now, how do I present learning to you in my Fitness Brains coaching program or our webinars or anything that we offer our students, right? We offer in-depth practical application of how to do specific tasks, and that's why our students are so successful. That's why our students know how to run profitable fitness business, not in a year or two after enrolling with us, but after 9 weeks of being in Project X. That's why people that come through to our webinar get workbooks, because we want to give them the practical application, learning exactly what to do. So all they need to do the moment the webinar is done is completely go ahead and implement exactly what they have been taught and see the results manifest for themselves. Now, I want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and learn the way learning should be done. If you'd like to move your business forward, if you'd like to grow and become more profitable, if you'd like to take your life from where it is at this moment in time and in 12 months from now, look back and say, wow, that was the best decision that I made, then I'm going to attach a link in this description of this video, which is going to take you through to our workshop, right? During this workshop, it's a 2-hour workshop. So if you don't have the time, don't register for it just yet. And if you're not willing to implement what I'm going to teach, don't register for it at all. During this workshop, I'm going to teach you an in-depth, step-by-step practical guideline of how you could advertise your business, how you could reach more clients, how you can make more money and have a bigger impact in the market that you work with. Again, it's not going to make any sense for you to register for this unless you are willing to go ahead and implement exactly what I am teaching. If it doesn't make sense to you, just think about this. Anytime you want to learn something new, the entire body comes to learn that task, right? Your mind, your body, your senses, everything is completely alert in the very beginning to learn, right? Like driving. But then when you become good at driving, when it becomes like second nature, you don't even think of it any longer, right? It becomes an automatic response. And that's when you know you've achieved mastery. That's when you've actually turned knowledge of a subject into wisdom. And you could basically do it even if somebody woke you up in the middle of the night, you'd know exactly how to do it. That's exactly what your business should look like. You should know exactly where you're going, exactly what needs to happen in your business, and exactly where you need to put your foot on the gas, when you need to remove it in order to be able to be successful. There is an abundance of information, yet so many people lack the ability to go ahead and implement that information into their lives, into their businesses to be successful. So go ahead, click on the link and register to this workshop where you'll get the practical step-by-step information of how to grow, market, launch, and scale a highly profitable fitness business. Again, I'm going to be giving you the exact strategies that you need to implement into your business in order to reach that client, in order to make more money, and in order to actually make 2022 or any year that you're actually watching this in the best year of your life. So that's it from me. Subscribe to this video and stay tuned for the next video that we release next week, Sunday. And let me know about your learning experience. Let me know what is it that has been stopping you. What is it that you've always wanted to learn, but you haven't actually gone ahead and implemented? And if it doesn't make sense, put it in the comments below as well, because I want to hear from you. I want to see what your thoughts are on this topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in next week's video.